When destruction of property becomes more important than the life of the minority, a life lived peacefully, lovingly, beautifully is squeezed from a body by a knee, tortuously, with onlookers impotent in desperate misery, begging and pleading from the dying and the damned. Threatened with pepper spray, they try to take a stand, but nobody can stand up to the force of that hate, born of a need to subjugate. Blood in his nose. He stopped moving, and for 3 more minutes they stayed on top of him. They're throwing his body in the back of the van, no hint of remorse in the soul of the man whose knee on the neck pushed him further and further to the brink. This is daylight murder. When the people kneeled to protest the brutality poured on them, a deluge of finality and death, shootings, crushing strangulation, and now they're telling us it wasn't asphyxiation. But wait, real civilization is protection of all life in every nation, even when that life is inside a black skin. We must stand together. Don't let the ugly win. Don't ask the question of the wrong or the right of the rioting. That's not the pressing fight. Have you noticed a pattern? When does it happen? When a brother or sister has been killed again. So turn your focus on the cause, not the symptom. Treat the canker that's invaded to the heart of the system. This shit's been happening for years. Now you see our plight. That chip on our shoulder, it's exposed to the light. Are you starting to see it? The truth, the reality. That chip was a mask for police brutality, and your silence, that's complicity. Now you too see the underbelly pulse and glisten, so now it's time to sit down and listen. You've heard us say the names, you've heard us cry it isn't right, you've heard us beg you to join us in the fight for what's right and just and fair and good. Now do you see we did what anybody would? And yes, in Britain we've got big problems too. But George, this one's for you. When Eric was killed for selling single cigarettes and pulling his arm away from the death grip of the feds, did he deserve to die? Do you still believe the lie? John Crawford, Dante Parker, Ezell Ford, Michael Brown put down like dogs, bodies cold in the ground. Michelle Cusso, and you still didn't know. Laquan tried to walk away and he died anyway. Tanisha, Breonna, Tamir Rice, Romaine, Jerome. I know it isn't nice to confront it, but it's got to be said. Oh, there's blood on our hands for the next one dead. Matthew, Frank, Natasha McKenna, say their names, they're gone. Gone forever. Are you bored yet? Do you want to turn away? I could read this list forever and a day of the names of the dead of man and womankind while you turned your face away, chose to be blind. We cried out for help as the list grew ever longer, but voices like Tommy Lawrence were stronger. Do you see now why we questioned the tale that said Sandra took her own life in that cell? All George could do was say, I can't breathe, and beg for his mother and cry and plead, I can't breathe, please, I can't breathe. And in front of the cameras, they squeezed and they squeezed. It was torture, it was slow, it was no way to go. He cried out for his mama, and those monsters didn't show even one little shred of empathy or kindness as they kept on crushing his broken body lifeless on the floor. Lies dripped from their lips. He was fighting arrest, those twisted lips quipped. Now maybe you are starting to think and to wonder, but all those other stories really just blunders, mistakes. If this is what they do when the world is watching, what the hell are they doing when nobody's watching? When a white man shoots black people at prayer, the police won't harm a single hair on his head. They'll even buy him a burger. But being black justifies an unprovoked murder. Well, now it's time for you all to see. Oh, say, can you see why Colin took a knee? Were you one of those that said he was wrong to kneel while the world sang along to a song that sings of a freedom only awarded to the few? If you'd known what you know, would you have kneeled too? The irony. Hated for peacefully kneeling. Now you've seen Derek kneel. How much hate are you feeling? The thing is, if we're going to see a revolution, all of us need to be part of the solution. It's not enough to sack them, to charge them with murder. We have to do more. We have to go further. Their bosses and their bosses need to take responsibility for the part they have played in the sickness and the misery. Inadequate training, a plague of inaction, not punishing Derek for his previous infractions. He'd killed before and he did it again. Someone high needs to pay for the lives of those men. Because tell me this, how can America be great if nobody important pays a price for this hate? America, If I change even one mind, there's a chance I can dig deep enough to find some hope. The last shred for humanity, that one day there'll be an end to this monstrous brutality. Will you let this continue? If you believe in a God, ask yourself what he thinks when he sees a race choosing to turn, not to see what they're doing in your name to my family, to me. If white voices shout, they're the ones that get heard. We have to work together. Help us be heard. Cry with me, roar with me. Don't forget, please. Remember George, crushed under America's knee. Step away from your pride in your glorious country and see. Stand with me on the right side of history. Don't stop screaming till it stops. Join me in my despair. None of us, especially George, can get enough air.